I still remember that winter evening, icy wind slipping through the paper windows, the tatami mats cold under my feet. I must have been 6 or 7. My mother, gentle and quiet, handed me a small wooden bowl. Inside, a warm miso soup with tofu, seaweed, and tiny bits of scallion floating on the surface. "Drink this before bed," she whispered, "so you can run again tomorrow." At the time, I didn't know what she meant, but now, as an 82-year-old woman who still walks to the market each morning, I finally understand. What we eat before bed, it matters, especially when you're over 60, because if we don't give our muscles the care they need, they begin to vanish, quietly, without warning. Until one day, the stairs feel like mountains, and getting up from a chair feels like a battle. But there's hope, and it comes from something so simple, so gentle, just like that bowl of soup. In today's video, I'll share with you the Japanese way of eating that has helped me stay strong all these years, especially one powerful habit I never skip before going to sleep. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why your muscles keep disappearing after 60. I didn't notice it at first. In my early 60s, I was still walking to the market, sweeping the front porch and lifting small pots to cook dinner. But then, subtle things changed. I would get tired more quickly, especially going up the stairs. My legs felt weaker. My arms couldn't hold the basket of vegetables as long. And one day, I caught myself holding onto the table just to stand up. It wasn't pain. It wasn't sickness. It was something quieter, like my strength was simply fading away. This, my dear friend, is what the doctors call sarcopenia, a slow and natural loss of muscle that begins around age 50 and accelerates after 60. But in Japan, we don't just call it a medical term. We call it losing your independence, because the truth is, when your muscles weaken, it affects everything. Your balance becomes shaky. You avoid going outside. You sleep more, eat less, and move less. And very quietly, life becomes smaller. You might think, but I'm not an athlete. Why do I need strong muscles at this age? The answer is simple. Muscles are life. They don't just help you walk or lift things. Muscles help regulate your blood sugar. They support your joints. They even influence your immune system and brain health. And during sleep, your muscles go through repair and rebuilding, if you give them the right support. In America, I've seen too many elders forget to eat dinner, or they eat something light, like toast or crackers. Sometimes they're too tired to cook. Other times, they've lost their appetite. But skipping proper nutrition, especially in the evening, is like trying to build a house without bricks. Your body cannot rebuild what it doesn't have. In Japan, we pay special attention to the evening meal, not just for comfort, but for healing. It's the time of day when your body is preparing to restore itself, and your muscles, after a full day of movement, are waiting for that one last support. Let me ask you, when was the last time you thought about what your muscles needed before bed? Most people think of vitamins, exercise, or rest, and yes, those are important. But the foundation of all of it is nutrition. And not just any food, but warm, nourishing, easy-to-digest foods that quietly feed your muscles while you sleep. This is why, when I started feeling weaker, I didn't take pills or protein powders. I returned to what my mother gave me. A warm bowl before bed. A habit that saved not just my muscles, but my life. How the Japanese preserve muscle strength without gyms or pills. When I visited my cousin in California last year, she told me, "You must go to the gym, Oba-chan. That's how people here stay strong." I smiled. In my 82 years, I've never once set foot in a gym. Yet I still walk to the corner store, sweep my garden, carry rice bags, and even kneel to clean the floor. Not because I'm special, but because I eat and live the Japanese way. So how do we do it? How do so many older Japanese stay strong without lifting weights or taking muscle supplements? It begins in the kitchen. Every morning, I go to the market, not a supermarket, but a small local stand. I pick up tofu, small fish like sardines, seaweed, and seasonal vegetables. Sometimes I buy natto, fermented soybeans that smell strong, but feed the body well. These aren't superfoods in Japan. They are just food. Normal, simple, clean food. The secret is not just what we eat, but how we eat. In Japan, there's a word, shokuiku, shuyu. It means food, education. From childhood, we're taught to understand food as nourishment, not just fuel. Meals are slow, balanced, and thoughtful. We don't eat while watching TV. We don't skip meals. And above all, we don't overload our bodies at once. A typical meal has rice, soup, vegetables, and a small serving of protein. No giant steaks, no greasy fries, just balance. And the most important protein of all, for older people? Plant-based proteins, especially from soybeans, miso, tofu, natto, soy milk. These are gentle on the stomach, rich in amino acids, and easier to absorb for older bodies. Let me give you an example. One of my neighbors, Mrs. Aoki, is 87. She never went to high school, but she understands her body better than many doctors. Every night, she steams a small bowl of sweet potatoes, eats a piece of grilled mackerel, drinks warm miso soup, and sips hot tea. That's it. And yet she moves with ease, stands straight, and still sweeps her yard every morning. Compare that with what I saw in the US. Older folks eating toast for dinner or nothing at all. No protein, no warm food, just something quick, because they are tired or alone or simply don't know what else to make. But skipping dinner is like turning off the lights before your body finishes cleaning the house. At night, your body enters recovery mode. Your muscles repair tiny tears from daily activity. Your cells renew. Your immune system restores balance. And all of it depends on the building blocks you give it. That's why in Japan, our elders never go to bed hungry. Even if it's just a cup of warm miso soup or a few bites of tofu, we give our bodies something to work with. Something warm, light, and kind. The one thing Japanese elders always eat before bed. Every night, just before I brush my teeth, I walk to the kitchen. I light a small flame under the kettle. I take out a little pot, place in some miso paste, add tofu, sliced green onion, and a strip of wakame seaweed. Just a few minutes later, the scent rises. Earthy, warm, comforting. This is my ritual, my final gift to my body before it rests. A warm bowl of miso soup. In Japan, this isn't just food, it's medicine, especially for the elderly. Why miso? Because it's more than just fermented soybean paste. It is a powerhouse of natural probiotics, plant-based protein, and enzymes that aid digestion and muscle recovery. And when it's warm, your stomach welcomes it like a soft blanket after a long day. You see, after age 60, our digestion becomes more delicate. Cold or heavy meals at night can cause bloating, discomfort, or even disrupt sleep. But miso soup is different. It's light, It's warm. It calms the belly and prepares the body for deep, restorative sleep. And what many people don't realize is that muscles repair themselves at night. If you go to bed with nothing in your system, your body has nothing to work with. But if you give it just enough, something gentle, rich in amino acids, your muscles can heal, slowly, quietly, like flowers blooming overnight. Let me tell you about Mr. Nakamura, an 84-year-old fisherman in my village. He still cycles to the harbor each morning. He says it's because of his 3 sacred things: miso soup before bed, a morning walk, and laughter with his wife. He's never been to the doctor for muscle problems. He doesn't take supplements. His medicine is his food. Even when I traveled abroad, I never skipped my nightly miso soup. I brought miso paste in a little jar and made it in hotel rooms using a kettle. It's not just habit, it's part of my identity. In America, I saw elders drinking cold milk or having toast at night. Sometimes nothing at all. No warmth, no nourishment, just silence and sleep. But your body needs more than that, especially when you're older. You don't need a big meal, just something warm. Something that whispers to your body, "You've done well today, now rest and repair." So tonight, I invite you to try something different. A simple bowl of miso soup. Or if miso is hard to find, try a small cup of warm soy milk with a pinch of cinnamon. Feel the warmth in your belly. Notice how your body softens. And in the morning, see how your steps feel just a little stronger. 5. Everyday Japanese foods that rebuild muscle while you sleep. When people ask me, "Oba-chan, what's your secret to staying strong at your age?" I don't tell them to join a gym or take expensive vitamins. I tell them about my dinner table, not a fancy table. Just a small wooden one near the window where I sit each evening with soft light and quiet thoughts. And on that table, always, are 5 simple foods. Foods that don't just fill the belly, but feed the muscles even during sleep. Let me tell you about them. First, there's tofu. Not the flavorless blocks people think of, but soft, silky tofu that melts in your mouth. I add it to miso soup, steam it with ginger, or eat it chilled in summer, with a drizzle of soy sauce. Tofu is made from soybeans, and soybeans are full of high-quality protein, gentle on aging digestion, yet powerful for rebuilding muscle. My body thanks me for it every morning. I remember my grandson once asked, "Why don't you eat steak, like American grandpas?" I smiled and pointed to my arms, because tofu has kept these arms strong for 40 years, and it never once made me tired. Next, the tiny fish, like sardines. In Japan, we don't always eat large fish. We eat small ones, whole, bones, skin, and all. Sardines, mackerel, dried anchovies. These little treasures are packed with protein, calcium, and omega-3s, which fight inflammation and help muscle cells recover faster. I lightly grill them or simmer them with soy sauce and ginger. The bones are soft enough to chew and full of strength. There's an old saying in my village, "Eat the whole fish and you'll stay whole yourself." Third, the sea vegetables, especially wakame. Every night, I add a strip of dried wakame to my soup. It softens in seconds and brings not just flavor, but magnesium, iodine, and trace minerals. These support metabolism, muscle function, and thyroid health, all essential as we age. I call seaweed ocean's gift to old bones. Fourth, the sesame seed, especially black sesame. My husband used to grind them fresh with a small stone mortar every evening. The aroma would fill the kitchen. We sprinkled them over rice, mixed them into sweet potato mash, or even blended them with honey for a treat. Sesame seeds are rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, and amino acids. They improve blood flow, reduce stiffness, and help with overall recovery. Now that he's gone, I still grind them sometimes, and I think of his strong hands, steady even at 80. And finally, the humble egg. Yes, even in Japan, we love our eggs, but not in big omelets. We prefer soft-boiled, just enough so the yolk stays creamy. This makes the protein easier to absorb and gentler on the stomach. I often have one egg with dinner, or even a half egg with miso soup. There's a calmness in eating simply, in trusting food to heal. And these 5 foods, tofu, small fish, wakame, sesame, and egg, they've been my quiet medicine. They don't promise instant change, but over weeks, months, years, they protect what matters most, the ability to move, to stand, to live on your own terms. Let me ask you this. Which of these have you tried before? Could you add just one of them to your evening meal tonight? Remember, it's not about eating like a Japanese person. It's about caring for your body with intention, the way we do in Japan. Slowly, quietly, night after night. How the Japanese combine evening meals to support muscle health. In my home, dinner is not rushed. It doesn't come in a box or a microwave tray. It is prepared with care, even if it's simple. The evening meal is our way of telling the body, thank you for carrying me through another day. You don't need much, just the right pieces, put together gently. A typical evening meal for me might look like this: a small bowl of rice, a cup of warm miso soup with tofu and wakame, a few slices of grilled mackerel, lightly steamed spinach with sesame, and half a soft-boiled egg. That's all. But within that simple tray, there's balance, warmth, nutrition, and healing. In Japan, we believe that the body recovers best when we eat light but complete before sleep. Not too heavy, so the stomach isn't overworked. Not too light, so the muscles aren't starved. Protein at night is especially important. This surprises many people in America, where breakfast is often full of protein, but dinner is skipped or rushed. But muscle rebuilding happens most efficiently while you sleep. That's why giving your body gentle protein at night, like tofu, fish, or a soft egg, can make a real difference in how you feel the next morning. When I don't eat well at night, I feel it the next day in my legs, my back, even my mind. But when I follow my simple, balanced routine, I wake up with energy, not the energy of youth, but the strength of stability. I remember one evening, years ago, when I was too tired to cook. I almost skipped dinner, but my neighbor, Mrs. Hoshino, knocked on my door with a small tray in her hands. "You must eat something warm," she said. On it was a bowl of barley rice, some steamed kabocha squash, and miso soup with egg and seaweed. That small kindness reminded me, eating well isn't just about food, it's an act of self-respect. Here's another secret: never eat in a hurry. Sit down, turn off the television, smell your food, chew slowly. This simple ritual helps digestion, lowers stress, and makes nutrients easier for your body to absorb. You don't have to cook like a Japanese person. You don't have to eat rice or fish. But if you can make your evening meal warm, light, rich in protein, and shared in peace, you will notice the change. So tonight, maybe you prepare a small bowl of soup, a slice of cooked egg, or even a piece of grilled tofu. Sit quietly, give thanks, and let your body begin its quiet repair. Small nighttime habits that help the body absorb and repair after dinner, the world quiets down. In my home, I turn off the bright lights. I let soft, yellow lamps fill the room. I place my chopsticks down, wipe the table gently, and begin a few simple steps that help my body receive all the nourishment I just gave it. You see, it's not only about what you eat, it's also how you prepare your body to use it. The first thing I do is sit quietly and breathe. Just 5 slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, hold, and out through the mouth. This calms the nervous system. It shifts the body from doing to digesting. After age 60, many people forget how much stress slows down digestion. A calm body absorbs better. Then I place my hands on my belly and gently massage in circles, clockwise. This simple motion helps stimulate digestion, reduce bloating, and remind the stomach it's time to go to work now. In Japan, many elders do this as a quiet habit, just 5 minutes every night. Sometimes I also massage my feet, especially the arches and heels. These points are connected to the stomach and kidneys, and after a lifetime of walking, they deserve care. My granddaughter once laughed when she saw me doing this. I told her, "Your body is like a garden. If you don't tend the roots, the tree won't bloom." After that, I drink a small cup of warm water or barley tea, just enough to help the body digest, not so much that it interrupts sleep. And then, I sit on my cushion, close my eyes, and thank the day. These tiny moments may seem small, but they are powerful, because when the body is calm and warm, it receives nutrients better. When the heart is at peace, the muscles can rebuild. And when you sleep in gratitude, you wake up stronger. You don't need to do everything. Maybe just one habit tonight. A few deep breaths, a hand on your belly, a warm sip of tea. Try it and see how it changes your sleep. Why Japanese elders rarely fall and lose muscle. In my village, most elders don't use walkers or canes, not because they're stronger, but because their daily life keeps their muscles quietly working. We sit on the floor, we get up from the floor, we bend to wash rice, squat to pick vegetables, walk to the store, take off shoes at the door, and step over thresholds. These small movements, repeated day after day, keep our legs awake, our balance sharp, and our muscles engaged. I remember when my niece visited from New York. She saw me kneel down to clean the tatami and said, "Oba-chan, isn't that dangerous at your age?" I laughed. It's more dangerous to stop moving. In Japan, we don't exercise the way people in the West do. Instead, movement is built into our homes, our chores, our habits. We carry light loads, walk everywhere, and rarely sit for hours in soft chairs. The floor becomes our silent teacher, reminding us to stay connected to our body, to the earth. When I did have a small fall, at 78, it wasn't serious. Why? Because my muscles were still there, my balance still intact, and my confidence unshaken. Falling doesn't start with a stumble. It starts when the body grows stiff from disuse, when the muscles shrink from disconnection, and when fear replaces trust in your own body. So the next time you reach for something on the floor, bend gently, rise slowly, feel your strength. Let your life itself be your daily movement. I am 82 now. I don't walk as fast as I used to. I forget things sometimes. My hands are not as steady as they once were. But every morning, I still open the curtains. I still sweep the steps. I still light the stove. And I still prepare my small evening bowl with quiet care. Not because I'm trying to be young, but because I respect the life I still have. Many of you watching this may feel that your strength is slipping, that your body isn't what it used to be. that time has taken things from you. But let me tell you something I've learned after 8 decades of living. Your body still listens. It still heals. It still responds to kindness. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to be perfect. Just start with one small act, one warm bowl before bed, one breath of gratitude, one gentle stretch in the morning. In Japan, we don't chase youth. We honor the season we're in. And we believe that every season, yes, even this one, has beauty, strength, and purpose. So tonight, before you sleep, I hope you'll take a moment to care for yourself, to whisper to your body, thank you, to believe that strength is not something you lost, but something you can still rebuild. From my little home in Japan to wherever you are in the world, I'm thinking of you. You are not alone. You are not too late. You are not powerless. You are still becoming. So now you know, your muscles don't disappear overnight. They fade quietly, gently, unless you choose to nourish them. Not with big meals or hard workouts, but with steady care, with warmth, with intention. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, I invite you to try something different. Make a small bowl. Warm, simple, healing. Whether it's miso soup, soft tofu, or just a little something gentle, let it be your offering to the body that has carried you this far. Let that bowl be your beginning. Because strength at any age starts with a choice. In Japan, we don't fear aging. We walk with it. One meal, one breath, one gentle evening at a time. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. In our next video, I'll share the gentle 3-minute stretch I do in bed every night to help my joints stay loose and my sleep stay deep. Don't miss it. Until then, be kind to yourself and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a step on this gentle journey.